Okay, so this is the second part of the video. As I promised, I'm going to give you two videos today. So we are going to look at how I came up with this flyer. So I don't want the video to be that long, so I'll be picking most of the things from the existing design already. So I've already explained, or I've already done a video on how I manipulated this test, so there is no need for you to waste time on it again. So let's move on. First of all, what you need to do is to just go to your any platform that you prefer, but me, I always use Pinterest. So you come to Pinterest, let's come to pinterest.com. We are going to look for a picture. So the picture we are going to use to it will be African woman. So let's try to search for something like African woman model. Let's add HD to it. Then let's add HD to it and search. So we will be going through to see if you get a very nice picture. We need it in black and white, so let's add black and white to it. African woman model, black and white. Good. So this is what you go through, or this is what you do to search for these kind of images. So something like this, you see this image is very nice, so you can use something like this, or you can go ahead and search. This too is also very nice. Yes, this too is nice. Yeah, sorry for that. So you go through to search for the image that is best for you, that suits best for you. Yeah, you can use something like, you see this is very nice. Yes, so that is what I did, and then I came up having that picture you are seeing here. Yes, so first of all, this is where we did a thing. So let's clear everything here. We are clearing everything, and let's change the rotation of this. So we come to image, then image rotation, we should rotate it 90 degrees or clockwise. So this is it. We have our Canva right now, so we are going to bring in our image. So we go to file, then place embedded. You click on place embedded. This is the image. This is the image here. You double click on it for it to be placed here nicely, as you are seeing. So our image has been placed nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge it more. So when you want to enlarge it, you see it has so when you want to enlarge it, you see these are the lines around it. So you just bring your cursor to the lines, then you increase it. You press and hold, then you increase it. Then it's going to be something like this. So this is what I want it to be. This is what I want it to be. But when I bring my text in, this place is white, so it's not going to show proper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. So when you want to create a new layer, you just come to your file here. You see under this we have new layer. This is a new layer. So you click on it, then it's going to create a new layer for you. Create a new layer. Yes, as you can see, you have layer 1, but this layer is an empty layer. So if you want to create an empty layer, that is what you do. After creating an empty layer, you come to your tool panel, then you select your gradient tool. This is the gradient tool. You click on it. By clicking on the gradient tool, you see it has appeared at the top here. So you click on it here, then you set your colors. So this is it. You have to set the colors here. So this is how it is. Let me click on new here so that I will add this to my already existing system. So if you click on any of these here, you see these ones, they are not empty. We have color here and we have another color here, but if you click on this one too, see this one is empty, we have only white color. So you click on this one and you drop it, you drag it down, it's going to drop. So it means we have only one color here. Now the color here is white, we need to change it to black. So you double click on it, then it's going to open. You see it's white, it is going to open. Then you select a sample color from here, then you click on OK. Now you see it has changed to black. So right from here you click on OK, then you bring your mouse pointer at this end, you drag, then you release like this. See, it has created a shade over it. So you drag again, then you release. As you see, it is covering the space where it is more whiter. Yes, but here still we can see that we have some image under it. So now we are good to go. I'm okay with this. What I'm going to do is let me lock this because I don't want it to affect my work, and lock the layer, the new layer too as well. I don't want them to affect my work. So after doing this, then you start bringing in your text. So as I said, I don't want the video to be long, so I'll be coming to this project, then I'll be taking the text from here. So let me switch off some of these things so that you see how it was. So this is the work from the beginning. So first of all, let me select the text here. Sorry, let me select everything here. Select this. Okay, so let me select everything. Why is it not selecting? Yes, I've gotten it. So have I even locked it? It's not locked. Yeah, so I've gotten it. So let me bring it in here, and I position them here as we are seeing. But first of all, we need to set our guidelines. Yeah, we need to set our guidelines. So we bring in our ruler, then we set our first guideline to this place, then the next one here, the other one here. So we are making use of all the principles. So this means this space around here, we are not going to bring any work around it. None of the works is coming here. So this place is going to be empty. As we are seeing here, you see all the spaces around it is empty. So we also have contrast in it. You can see that everything here is being pop up clearly, so you can see everything. You don't stress yourself before you read any of these things here. And then those that are similar to have grouped together. As you can see here, these things are similar. That is what we call the principle of proximity. So we group similar things together, and principle of contrast too is working here. Principle of white spacing too is also working here. So everything is working here perfectly. Yes. So right from here, let's see this. At the beginning, the tests were not in different colors like this. Everything here was in white shape, in white color. So even as you can see, this one is not pure white, and it's gray white. Yeah, it's gray white. So what we need to do is to just select the text. You select the text like this, then you go to color and you change the color of it. If in case you want it to be, you want to take the gray white, you click on it, then you see it has changed to white. But I want it to be in this green form, like the work. I want it to be in this African culture, something like that. Yeah, it should be that. That is why I chose that colors. So I just play along with the colors, but all the colors that I'm using is also, I'm using the principle of repetition. As you can see, the colors I'm using are repeating themselves. And the font I used to, I think I use 3 fonts here. I use 3 typeface rider, 3 typeface here. So this, if you click on it, you see the name. I've also explained, or I've also taught you how you can download a font from Google Font. And also we have another place where you can also download another font, which is called DaFont, DA and then font.com, dafont.com. So you go there, you search for any font that you like. You can also get it and also download it the same procedure after you download it, the same procedure used to install them, and you are good to go. And this tool I use Bebas Mew is what I use for this. So right now we are done with this. The next thing we are going to do is, you see this one is in line when we bring our ruler. Yes, so we also have to increase this. I didn't even check that one. I have to increase this so that it will be in line with this. Yes, they'll all be on the same line right there. They'll all be on the same line. So we need to decrease this too a little bit. We need to decrease this. Yes. So now we are good to go. Let's keep it rolling. Good. The next one is bringing in this shape. So I'm going to show you how I created this shape. It's very simple. So let's hit into the work. Then we take our rectangle. This is a rectangular tool. We draw a shape here, a rectangle shape like this. Then after drawing the shape, we are going to give it a gradient. So we come to our FX here, then we go to our gradient overlay. Then we are going to set the gradient for it. So let's wait for the gradient to open. Yes, so this is the gradient I set for it. So it's like yellow. This is the yellow. This is the hash code. This is the hash code of it. The yellow that I use, either yellow or golden, something like that. And also the next one here I use is also this. This is also the hash code of it that I use. So I blend the two of them and brought it here. Also I gave it inner glow. And I changed the color from this white to something yellowish. Yes, something yellowish, so that it will pop up a little more. So this is what I did, and let me increase it some more. Let me increase the opacity to small. Yes, the noise to small a little bit. Everything small. Yes. So as you can see, this is the preview of it. If you take it off, you see what has happened here. This is the preview. If we bring it in, then we see that we have that yellowish around the text. So that is it. Right after that, let's convert this shape to, let's rasterize the shape so that we can cut the part of it. So you right click, then you come to rasterize layer. You click on rasterize layer, then you pick your lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool. You right click, you see this, the first one is the lasso tool, then the second one is the polygonal lasso tool. You take your polygonal lasso tool, you click here, then you drag down, then you click here, then you click it back and you delete. Now we have our shape. Yes, this is a simple way. This is what I used, I went through to create this shape. Then we go back and bring in our text. This is our services. The services, the same font that I use, which is Bebas Mew, is the same font that I used. I place it here and also come back and take the body text. So as you can see, we have hierarchy in it. This is what we call the principle of hierarchy. So when you open this image or this design, what you see first is this one. After seeing this, then you count down to it, to the services, and you are coming back to the body text. So it's one after the other. Okay, it's one after the other. So let's take our body text and bring it to our design. So we are also going to align the body text so that it will align very well with our design. So you see there is a gray line. Is it gray? Something, okay, I think pink or purple. Yeah, I'm not all that good at, yeah, let's take it. I think it's purple. Yeah, purple color. So it has been also aligned nicely. Yes, it has aligned nicely. I believe this one is not something that you can do. You know it already. Yes. So right from here, we come back to this place. How I created this shape is also the same thing as this, but just that I gave it a rounded corner. So let's select it and let me also take you through how I designed this. So I brought it here. Then after bringing it here, I also align it straight to this one, to this shape. So let's take another shape and look at how I also came up with this. So let's take our shape 2 or rectangle 2. I will draw a rectangle like this. After drawing the rectangle, you see we have some small dots or small circles inside the rectangle. When you put your cursor on it, then the cursor changes to an arc. So you press on it, you click and hold, then you drag it inward. You drag it inward, then you are going to get that rounded shape or rounded curved corners. Yeah, so I drag it very small like this, something like this, and I release my mouse. Then now you can see that we have that rounded corner around it. Let's assume you want to the rounded corner, you see all the sizes are being round, so you don't need it like that. You want only one of the side to get that rounded corner. So what you do is you press on your Alt key, then you drag the others out. You see what is I'm doing here. You press on your Alt key and you drag the others out. So now here is what we have. We have only one side of it being rounded. Also, you can work with, you can come to the property panel here. You come to the property panel here, you see this is the connection. So if the connection is on, then it means all the other sizes are going to be rounded together. Let me do everything so that you see. So this is the connection. If you take off the connection, now I've toggled off the connection. So when I try to curve or round any of the corners, we have 4 sides of here. We have top, bottom, left top, left bottom, right top, right bottom. So when I curve this one, it's going to affect only the top left corner. As you can see, it has affected only the top left corner. So if I want it to affect all the entire 4 corners, then I need to toggle off or turn on the connector, so that anything that I will do is going to affect all the 4 sizes. So right now you see that all the 4 sizes are affected and they are being in a round shape. Good. So without wasting your time, that is what I did for this. Let's come back and look at the other one. This looks like a glass effect. So let's also take this and let me explain how I also did it while you're not coming. The thing don't want to come. I don't know why. Let's try one more time. Yes, we now have it. We now have it. So the font I use is the same font, it's the same Verbas Mu that I used for all, for this and for that. So this, if it's not showing well, you can change it to like white. I think white will be more visible than the yellow. Yes, white will be more visible than the yellow. So this one too is the same process I went through. Let me take my rectangle to draw a rectangle or draw a shape like this. After drawing the shape, what we need to do is we give it a rounded corner, very little one. So let's say 26 is okay. Yes, now we're giving it 26. After giving it 26, you come to your fill and opacity. So we are going to reduce the fill. You reduce the fill. You see, whilst we are reducing the fill, then we are getting the glass form. Now we reduce the opacity to reduce the opacity. Yes, to something like, let's say 50%. So now we have it. But let's go and give it another effect. So you come to your FS, which is the effect. Then you come to your inner glow. So let's give it a little bit inner glow so that it will stand out. So you see, this is the inner glow, but this time around we are not going to use the yellow. So you click here, then you change it to white. Click here and change it to white. Let's reduce it to something like gray, so that it will not be like it's being too much. So let's click here and see if you get, yeah, something like this is okay. Something like this is okay. Then we reduce the opacity. From here to reduce the opacity, and also the noise, we reduce it a little bit. We come to the choke, we also reduce the choke a little bit, and then the size to reduce it a little bit. So that is it. So right from here, you can also give it a shadow. You can choose to give it a shadow. So if only you are okay with it. By me, I'm not okay with it. So the shadow, you can choose it to give it the same shape or the same shade of shadow. Then you can reduce the opacity of the shadow, and also reduce the distance. And yeah, so the shadow will be visible more on other background, but you see this is black, so it's not showing that much. So guys, that is what I did to do this glass effect here. So that is it. You have to go through and then you also do the same thing. So with finishing it, which is the finishing touches, we come to this. These are the social media icons. So you go to online, then you search Facebook and also Instagram, and this is core icons. You get everything. So when you get them, you drag them here, then you work on them. Let's send them here. Then you also position them nicely at the photo section like this. Very nice at the photo section like this. Good. So this should be in line with this. So let's check if it is in line. If it's not in line, then we need to also work on it. We need to work on it. So alignment is very key. So you don't have to joke with your alignment, because that is what makes you professional. That is what makes you stand out from others. Yeah, that is what makes you stand out from others. So that is it. You also send this one. Something like this is very good. Yes, now it's cool. So with this, it has to also touch this place, so we can increase the tracking instead of making it bigger. We can increase the tracking. Yes, so that we will get something like the tracking. Mine is 80. It depends on how yours is. So the font I used here is Roboto. The font I use here is Roboto, and then the typeface, I always misplace this. The typeface I use here is Roboto, and the font is what? Is regular. I use Roboto regular. You can also play along with it. Either you use light or whatever. I think even light is okay. Then that is it. So that is the end of it. And after everything, now let's clear the guys. Let's clear the guys. So if you want to clear the guys, you come to view, then you come to guys, then you come to clear guys. Now the guys are gone. Yes, the guys are gone. So let's add the finishing touches to it. What I sometimes do is, after I finish the design, I add some finishing touches to it. So I choose the first layer, then I come here, which is the create new fill or adjustment layer. So I come to the adjustment layer, I click on it, then I add some vibrance to it. So this is the saturation. So you can choose to increase your saturation or decrease your saturation, but with the saturation always I prefer leaving it at 0, because it's going to let the work look more brighter, which is not good. So you increase your vibrance a little bit, yeah, like 20, 33 is okay. Then you come to the same adjustment layer, then you choose color lookup. Color lookup is going to make the magic. Yeah, so color lookup. So you click on this color lookup. We have different lookups here, but I prefer using the 2 strips loop. So I click on it and boom, everything has changed. So you see, this is how, or this is what I went through to achieve this design. So right from here, if you want to save it, we have different ways of saving it. Let me add that one before I bring the class to an end. If you want to save it, you come to file, then when you are saving it for the first time, you use save as. But let's assume you have saved it already, but you want to make changes in it. When you are making changes in it, that's one. After making changes, you click on just save and it will save. But this time around, we are saving it for the first time. So in case, there is a logo, you add the logo here. But this, I didn't add any logo. So in case there is a logo, you add a logo here. So because there is no logo, so it seems the top here is looking more, the space here is too much as compared to the bottom here. So what we are going to do is we select everything here, then we try to push it, top. Let's push it top so that the size or the space at the top and the bottom will be the same. Yes, will be the same. So I think right now it's quite okay. Yes, so that is it. We are done. Let's look at the saving again. So click on file, then you go to export. When you are saving it as JPEG, you click on file, you come to export, you come to export as, you click on export as. So with export as, let's wait for it to pop up so that we continue. Yes, it has shown. Good. So this is the quality right now. You see, the quality determines the size of the work. So the quality right now is what is from low to high. The highest quality is 6, 7, and the lowest quality I think is 1 or something like that. So now we have 6, and with the 6, the size of the work is 735.1 kilobytes. It's less than 1 megabyte. So let's increase it. Let's use 7, which is the highest quality. So now we are having 1.4 megabytes. I think it is okay now. Now let's look at the formats. So with the formats, either you are saving it in PNG or JPEG. So when you are saving it in PNG means it doesn't have a background. Yeah. So when you are saving something and you want it to have no background, you save it as PNG. But when you want it to come with its background, then you save it as JPEG. So you click on JPEG and we come to the image size. The size, which is the width and then the height, you don't have to change anything. The scale should be as it is. So everything here should be as it is. The only thing you work on here is the quality. So now you click on export to export it. So where are you exporting it to? Is it on your desktop? You see the size, the half here is what is desktop. So either you are exporting it to your desktop or wherever you are exporting it to. So now I prefer exporting it to my desktop. So you give it a name, the name that you want to give it. You give it a name like African. Let's use the same African photo shoots. African photo shoots. So you save it, then it is going to save. Now it has finished saving.
More music on trendybeats.com.
So we've learned how to save it as JPEG. Let's look at how we can save it as a PSD format. So with PSD format, it is editable format. So when you save it as a PSD, you can come back and also do any corrections in it. In case you want to do some amendment or you want to change some things in it, you can come back. But with the JPEG format, JPG format, you can't edit it when you save it on that format. So let's look at how to save it as a PSD. You come to the same file and you come to save as. You see at the first we come to export, but right now we are going to save as. So you click on save as and you give it a name. Give it a name as Africa. So this is the name. You click on it, but the path.jpg, we cleared that one. So now we are saving it. As you see, save as. type, save as type is what? Photoshop, which is PSD, PDD or PSDT. So we are interested in the Photoshop format. So we click on save and it's going to save it as Photoshop format for us. So now it is done. We have saved it in Photoshop format. So when you want to look at it, you go to your desktop, you save it to desktop. So when you come to our desktop, then you check all that you have saved on the desktop. So this is the JPEG format, and then this is the Photoshop format. So the Photoshop format, this is how it comes. You see it's having PSD attached to it, which is PS then PSD. But with the JPEG format, there is no PSD attached to it. So that is it, and then that is how you go through, or the procedures we go through to create such a flyer or such a magazine cover. We can say this is a magazine cover, okay? Yes. And also, when you want it to be just a magazine cover, as I gave you an assignment to do, you can clear off all these things. You can clear this. So let's group this, then take it off. Now we have this and this. So you can increase this one. You can increase this one, something like that. Then yes, so something like this can be a cover. So this can be a cover for your magazine. This can be a cover for your magazine. So this is it. Go through this and then do the assignment and submit it. That is the video for week 5. Thank you very much and keep creating.